At about 5:20 p.m. on December 21st, 2024, Officer Brody Telfer was staged on I-35 South in Belton after the Texas Department of Public Safety relayed a report from Temple Police about a reckless pickup driver. Telfer soon spotted the vehicle matching the description and attempted a stop, but the driver sped off, immediately sparking a pursuit.
This black one with the 296 David Victor 60. Bit unsuccessful. Okay, can you advise DPS and maybe pursuit? Notify Temple. We're coming up on most of those right now. So it's up on 7 speed. Just leave the place. Right shoulder, speed 74. Shot at him.
Takedowns, speed 74, shoulder up.
Still on the right hand shoulder, picking it up, speed 90.
Tuck 10 up there on 2. Clean, 514. Behind that approach up on 14.
The chase exited onto Interstate 14 toward Killeen, with the driver heading into the parking lot of the Killeen Mall, where tragedy was about to unfold.
We're turning north on the WS Young, north on WS Young.
Mall park lots of sequence.
We're looping back around here on the south side.
South Mall and park lots of sequence.
The situation took a shocking turn when the driver did the unthinkable, crashing straight into a J.C. Penney store. The sudden impact left shoppers with no time to react, and several people were struck by the suspect's vehicle.
Down on the ground! Down on the ground! Down! Out of the way! Out of the way! Move out of the way! Reloading! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Good. Yeah, I'm gonna break this way.
All right, all right.
After police gunfire, the truck became lodged against an office wall near another entrance of the JCPenney store. Despite being stuck, the engine kept revving, and the spinning tires created thick smoke as they scraped the pavement. With the heavy smoke, officers could no longer see the suspect clearly inside the vehicle.
Hey, we need a hands team. We need a hands team and a cover. I can have cover if you guys get hands. All right.
I'll hold your hands.
Locked up.
Seatbelt.
Hey, you want glove up, partner? Hey, we have EMS on the way?
Yeah, we got EMS. We need EMS. We got a lot of EMS coming.
Clean ball, JCPenney.
Put cuffs on him?
Yes.
Suspect down.
Hey, who are you?
EMT medic. Hold on. Yes.
All right.
You have a
No. Hold on. Hey, I'll grab him.
Hey, we're in here!
I think he's checking for
We'll come forward here.
one suspect.
Hey, no, you have to go around. You have to go around.
It's over there or no?
What? What's your, you have to come through the side door. Hey.
Hey, TPS.
What do you have over there?
What's it?
No, I'm sorry.
The suspect was later identified as 53-year-old John Darrell Schultz of Kempner, Texas. He suffered multiple gunshot wounds, received medical aid at the scene, and was transported to a hospital where he was later pronounced dead. Inside the vehicle, officers found an open bottle of alcohol and several types of medication.
Here we got money right here. So contain. That's what we're doing next up. Come on, hey, come on. Hey, bring him out that way. I got him. Listen, hey.
6754. Right now for name, we got a last name.
All right. If you want, you can separate yourself. Call your legal. I'll stay here for you.
All right.
You got someone coming for you?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, go around.
about this one. This one.
That first, or actually through that door.
Okay, this one.
This one?
Yeah, that one right there.
Where does it go out?
Straight to the hall.
Into the hall. Let me see.
Hey, you good?
Yeah.
All right.
Right here. Get out. No new people.
Comes inside.
You gotta go around the back right here, or you walk through that. Was that door open?
The crash left the JCPenney store in chaos, with several people injured, though fortunately, none seriously. Schultz was a former serviceman who spent 6 years in the military, 1989 to 1995, completing tours in Haiti and Saudi Arabia. He worked as a helicopter mechanic at Fort Bragg, received strong personnel evaluations, and was honorably discharged without disciplinary issues. However, records show that in 2023, Schultz was convicted of driving under the influence.
On December 26, 2021, in Pensacola, Florida, A Florida Highway Patrol trooper was on routine patrol when a driver sped past him. The trooper quickly turned around and observed a black SUV. Despite activating his emergency lights and sirens, the driver failed to stop, initiating a pursuit.
On Bellevue. Left on Bellevue. Texas, November 1396.
The suspect was driving dangerously at high speeds, and the trooper did everything he could to stop him as quickly as possible.
Cross Blue Angel. I hit him. He stopped. I hit him. He's still running. Remember, eastbound back on Bellevue.
The trooper attempted 2 pit maneuvers, but they weren't enough to stop the suspect as he regained control and continued fleeing. The suspect resisted the trooper's efforts to stop him, but he gradually began losing control of the pursuit. With each passing moment, the trooper started catching up, closing in as the chase continued. The suspect was finally brought to a stop and arrested, taken into custody without further incident. Let us know your thoughts on this intense chase down in the comments below.
Around 1:04 a.m. on March 27, 2022, Trooper Matthews was traveling west on Interstate 20 near Bill Kennedy Road when he observed a gray 2015 BMW 640i moving at roughly 108 miles per hour in a 65 mile per hour zone. He began following the BMW in the truck lane and saw it continue to accelerate. A radar check soon showed the vehicle reaching 132 miles per hour. Trooper Matthews, along with other state units, activated their emergency equipment to stop the car, but the driver immediately fled, prompting a pursuit.
Northbound connector, northbound connector.
stay left. I'm looking out, stay left.
The driver continued operating recklessly, pushing the BMW beyond 140 miles per hour, making improper and erratic lane changes, failing to signal and drifting out of his lane. He showed complete disregard for the safety of other motorists, his passengers, and himself as he sped west on Interstate 20 and then north on Interstates 75/85.
Clear left.
Take her out on 17th Street, still there.
17th Street for the pair going down.
That goes straight to right.
Clear left, clear right.
That's that hurt speed.
Somebody get south of us. Coming back up to the spring towards the 10th. Clear, clear, clear. Clear, clear, clear. Clear left, clear right. I can see clear left. I can see clear right.
There's southbound spray coming up.
There's southbound on spring.
Sorry, it's up around in the intersection.
Gurgent Tarpley's pit maneuver on Spring Street forced the BMW into several vehicles before it finally came to a stop. The driver, later identified as Deontay Doherty, appeared stunned by the swift, decisive response of the Georgia officers and immediately surrendered. He was taken into custody without further incident. It was clear he had no intention of ever attempting something like this again in Georgia.
On April 18, 2024, deputies patrolling in Clayton County initiated a traffic stop on a blue Hyundai Elantra for multiple violations, including dark-tinted windows, failure to signal, and the driver not wearing a seatbelt. However, the driver refused to stop, leading to a high-speed pursuit that escalated quickly.
We're on the Highway 14 spur. Turn me off. Going.
These are 1990 driving right now. Behind him. Yeah, about 14.
Trooper closed in on the fleeing suspect 3 times, ready to execute a pit maneuver, but each time the suspect brake-checked, preventing the move. With tensions rising and speeds climbing, this pursuit turned into an intense, high-stakes chase. Check out how it all unfolded.
We'll be taking that exit there.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, brother.
He about to whisper on.
There's a long drop off road right now. These are big feet. What's your charges?
Bush behind. Bush behind, bush behind. Get him, come on. Don't let him get in the house.
The suspect made a bold move, stopping abruptly before going off-road again, leading to a cut-through that brought him into Freedom Park apartment homes. Driving down the sidewalk toward building number 7, he jumped out of his car with a black backpack and darted into the building, fleeing up the stairs. And the chase wasn't over yet.
Black Hawk one, we got one in custody.
Deputy Brown apprehended the suspect, identified as Jerry Bacon, just as he attempted to unlock his apartment door. Once secured in the patrol car, a search of his black backpack revealed a substantial stash, including 1.2 pounds of green marijuana, 14.4 grams of powdered cocaine, 1.4 grams of crack cocaine, 136 grams of MDMA pills, a full bottle of promethazine, digital scales, an iPhone, a bottle of amphetamine pills, a modified Glock 22 with a Glock switch, making it fully automatic, a box of baggies. Troopers also recovered $940 in cash from his pocket. This high-stakes pursuit ended with significant drug and weapon seizures, adding another layer to this intense case.
On Wednesday, December 24th, 2025, at approximately 4:11 a.m., Sergeant Ben Ibarra observed a red Honda Pilot weaving within its lane, drifting outside the lane, and activating a turn signal while continuing straight. Based on these signs of possible impairment, Sergeant Ibarra pulled in behind the vehicle and attempted a traffic stop.
This person's driving pattern is all over the place. They're all over the road. Turning on signals when there's nowhere to signal. You gotta stop before they get on the interstate. This person's driving pattern is all over the place. They're all over the road. Turning on signals when there's nowhere to signal. You gotta stop before they get on the interstate. A ramp to 630 east from John Barrow.
CFS comments added. CFS received.
AAU 97 in registration passport.
Get out of the road.
The vehicle continued down the on-ramp and eventually stopped in the middle of the merge lane from John Barrow Road onto eastbound I-630. Sergeant Ibarra used his patrol car's public address system to order the driver to move out of the roadway. After several commands, the vehicle began moving again and merged onto eastbound I-630 at a slow speed of about 15 to 20 miles per hour.
Good chance to take this exit. Not going very fast, we'll continue on the way. Mississippi right now on the current.
CFS comments added. CFS comments ended.
Alright, wait for this car to get out of the way.
CFS comments ended.
TBI. At 414.
As the vehicle approached the Rodney Parham exit and the driver showed no intent to stop, Sergeant Ibarra executed a pit maneuver on eastbound I-630 near University Avenue, bringing the car to a halt. The driver, Maria Mejia, was removed from the vehicle and evaluated by medical personnel. Sergeant Ibarra detected a strong odor of alcohol, and Mejia admitted to drinking 2 beers. An open bottle of Corona and a Michelob Ultra were found on the passenger seat. She was transported to the hospital while clearly intoxicated and speaking incoherently.
A 2-day joint operation, law enforcement agencies were specifically targeting a group of motorcyclists known for reckless riding and street takeover behavior in Crittenden County. It was May 9th in 2024, the chase unfolded as several bikers refused to stop, weaving through traffic, running red lights, and reaching dangerous speeds.
I see down 1037. On Broadway, cross the railroad tracks, make another unit.
In just 33 hours, Arkansas State Police and partnering agencies made 795 individual contacts, seized 11 firearms, recovered 2 stolen vehicles, and confiscated a variety of illegal drugs, including fentanyl, meth, and cocaine. And while 5 different vehicle pursuits broke out during the operation, troopers didn't back down. They arrested 23 individuals, including several on felony charges, and issued 372 citations. So if you thought you could ride dirty through Crittenden County unnoticed, this operation was a loud and clear reality check. 2023, in Palm Beach County, Florida, Florida Highway Patrol was alerted to an armed carjacker barreling up the turnpike in a stolen white Kia. Fort Lauderdale police were already in pursuit, but when Florida Highway Patrol units locked on near mile marker 94, the chase kicked into high gear. The driver, later identified as 34-year-old Leas MacArthur Corker Jr., showed zero concern for anyone's safety. He ripped across lanes, blasted onto the shoulders, and threaded traffic with reckless abandon. Trooper Nolasco moved in for the first pit attempt near mile marker 97, but Corker slammed the brakes, disabling the trooper's Dodge Charger and forcing him out of the chase. That left Trooper Yepes and Trooper Tavares to carry the pursuit. For miles, they shadowed the Kia as it swerved recklessly, still trying to outrun 3 fully marked patrol cars. Much respect to the truck driver who tried to block the suspect when he darted for the shoulder, but not enough to stop this maniac. The Kia shot past and kept tearing down the turnpike, pushing speeds into triple digits. Every swerve came within inches of disaster, threading gaps, clipping lanes, and showing complete disregard for anyone's life on that highway.
Getting off 107, exiting 107.
9-7, remind those units school zones. Remind them school zones. If a helicopter's above, open the door.
Alright. Keep it speeding, U-turn back on God.
Is the helicopter still 10-12?
And finally, with backup closing in further north, Corker's run came to an end. Corker was arrested without further incident. Investigators confirmed he was a career offender, permanently revoked from driving in Florida. His charges now include reckless driving causing property damage, aggravated fleeing and eluding, and driving while license permanently revoked.
10-4. Got a crash. He's still going.
On May 9th, 2023 in Arkansas, a state trooper tried to pull over a driver for speeding and displaying fictitious tags, but the driver had other plans, failing to stop and starting a high-speed chase. Little did the trooper know this would become the craziest day of his career.
From the 37 southbound to the Black Depot.
I'm gonna bid the crossover.
All units 253 for 216.
He's driving pretty reckless. Stand by. I'm going to back off at this intersection here at CW Post.
Down in Brooklyn.
Just when things seemed bad, they got even worse. The suspect ran through a fence, held a truck driver at gunpoint, and stole the truck, continuing his escape. But moments later, another trooper was able to track him down.
He's got a trailer with a bunch of equipment in the back.
Charlesboro CJPD can get that vehicle that he was originally in. Coming up on the overpass. Continuing over the overpass. He tries to make it over the railroad tracks on 463 in front of him. He's going around the tractor. Get him in that curve 22 if you can. If not, I'll get a bring you.
You don't have to. I don't think my Charger can.
Come on, try to get this trailer. Northbound 460.
This chase had already spiraled out of control, so the troopers decided to go for a pit maneuver. But as things often go in these high-stress situations, it didn't exactly go as planned.
16 meters, a heavy trailer.
Back up with some spikes. Spikes unsuccessful coming underneath the overpass right here. 22 Jones, we're coming up to industrial.
341. And then down.
Left on the Highland, left on the Highland.
And here we come to the craziest scene of this chase. The suspect was driving recklessly right down the middle of the road, blowing through red lights and causing multiple collisions. Then, while running another red light, he slammed into another vehicle, but unbelievably kept fleeing like nothing even happened.
Okay, Highland okay. He just hit somebody here at Harrisburg Road in Highland. Get JPD check on him. 10-4. 335. Got a crash, got a crash. He's still going, he's still going. Billy Sam? That's right, take him out.
Go, 16, go.
Deputy's out for the one at Harrisburg, go. 346. Ah! Going head on into traffic, head on into traffic. Still southbound. Going over the overpass. Somebody get Caraway Road Parker and in this, if you can. We'll be eastbound on West Parker. Eastbound on West Parker.
Yes, it's hard to even explain everything that went down during this chase. Just imagine, you're heading home from work, thinking it's just another regular day, and then you see this crazy suspect driving like he's in some high-speed video game, doing everything possible to escape.
Coming traffic again. Depot, gonna be approaching the intersection. Looks like he might be trying to get back on the interstate. He's about to hit the guardrail. He went through the guardrail, crossed traffic into the... Lost it when he went off the interstate. He's in the ditch over here, guys. He's in the ditch.
After a wild chase that had the whole town on edge, Timmy Lynn Davis didn't get away. He crashed into a ditch and fled on foot, but it didn't take long before he was found and arrested. For his reckless actions, Davis was sentenced to 480 months in the Arkansas Department of Corrections for theft, by receiving over $25,000 and 180 months for fleeing in a vehicle endangering lives. The judge also imposed a 72-month suspended sentence for charges including criminal mischief, aggravated assault, theft of property, and more. However, some charges, including aggravated robbery and reckless driving, were dropped. After all that chaos, Davis is facing a long time behind bars. When a state trooper spots a truck barreling down the road driving recklessly. The trooper closes in, lights up the patrol car, sirens screaming. A second trooper joins in, but instead of stopping, the driver floors it. What he didn't know then was that this would become the worst mistake of his life.
We're giving county advice. Hot Springs, all units, are you copying?
Get out.
Hot Springs, Big Texas, North Frank Victor, 9349, NFP 93492.
Right. What's your mom worker?
Coming over 70. I just pitted him out. He's in the median. He keeps on running. Send an ambulance. Send an ambulance.
No.
Pit maneuver executed with precision sent the truck spinning into the median. In the chaos, the suspect flung open the door trying to bail out, but instead he slammed to the ground, left unconscious in the dirt as the wrecked truck sat smoking nearby. Troopers rushed in, calling for an ambulance. The suspect was treated on scene, then taken to the hospital, and once recovered, he was taken into custody. 2023, the Atlanta Police Department called for backup. An undercover officer was tailing a stolen silver Mercedes SUV blasting down I-20. The driver was a black male, cool behind the wheel of someone else's luxury ride with Florida plates and zero intention of stopping. Seconds later, a Georgia state trooper spotted the SUV flying around a curve, weaving through traffic like the highway belonged to him. The trooper hit the lights and the chase was on.
7 on 5 Atlanta, I'm 1080. Be 20 east at Lowry. That silver Mercedes sedan, Florida 1028.
All you get 333, 795, 1080.
Stay at 20 east, extremely reckless, headed out of traffic. Right lane. Phoenix, are you on here? I'd be taking McDaniel. All right, south on McDaniel, passing Fulton Street.
The suspect darted across lanes, nearly clipping cars, driving shoulder to shoulder and blasting through intersections like red lights were just suggestions. He flew down McDaniel Street, shot through University Avenue, missing a pedestrian by inches.
Left on Humphreys.
Everyone left.
Clear south of Humphreys, taking a left on Rockwell. Come on, car. Southbound McDaniel. Going into a parking lot. Right on Metro, northbound Metro.
Clear northbound Metro.
Passing Malin Ave.
As the suspect sped down the road, they hit 7 cars in a row. The suspect tried to pass in heavy traffic, struck one car which spun into another, and in seconds, the entire road turned into a demolition derby. driver and his passenger bailed out, sprinting down Gillette Avenue. Now here's where it gets strange. A perimeter was set, helicopters circled overhead, and officers started searching. Minutes later, out of nowhere, a man walks casually past the scene, in nothing but his underwear. Turns out it was the suspect himself, Michael Smith. He'd stripped off his clothes to try and blend in. I mean, credit where it's due. That's creative. Trooper Pylan spotted him immediately, detained him, and found his clothes nearby. Smith was taken into custody and handed over to Atlanta PD.
Around 1 a.m. on December 31, 2021, Officer First Class Zachary Walker was stopped at a red light on Montgomery Street at Duren Avenue when he saw a black Lexus heading west on Duren run the red light. Walker turned west to follow, and the Lexus sped off before turning north on Mildred Street. When Walker activated his emergency lights, the Lexus turned west on Giles Avenue, accelerating and initiating a pursuit. During the chase, the Lexus exceeded 100 miles per hour, recklessly running multiple stop signs and red lights while ignoring all other traffic laws. The driver repeatedly changed direction in an attempt to shake the pursuing officer. Near Bull Street, the Lexus ran a stop sign and crossed into the path of a southbound Toyota Prius, which struck the driver's side. The impact spun the Lexus, causing it to roll several times before coming to rest upside down in a vacant lot on East 56th Street. Sergeant Walker, unable to see inside, approached with his weapon drawn as Sergeant Dustin Stone provided cover. The driver crawled to the rear of the vehicle and complied with commands.
Turn to east on the 56 to the next intersection at the stop sign. You good? Put your hands! Yeah. No. What you run for? Just gonna stop you for running the red light.
4168, corrected all units, 1039.
You got anything that's gonna put the signal?
No. Somebody else, go to Hilton and let me handle that.
A search of the driver revealed $20,135 in mixed denominations in his front pocket. He was identified as Jacory Rivers. Sergeant Walker noted Rivers' watery eyes and the odor of marijuana. A records check showed Rivers was a convicted felon. No serious injuries were reported in the crash.
You got a bag?
Around 1:40 p.m. on September 27, 2025, Sergeant T. Williams was stopped on U.S. Highway 167 North near Hurricane Creek Bottoms, preparing to conduct a traffic stop. While monitoring radar, he spotted a vehicle traveling at high speed. Williams observed a white Chevrolet, believed to be an Impala or Malibu, heading south in the inside lane at approximately 92 miles per hour. The car was moving well above the surrounding traffic and showed no signs of slowing. The driver was identified as a black male, wearing a dark-colored shirt. After completing his initial traffic stop, Sergeant Williams redirected his patrol unit south to pursue the speeding vehicle. Sergeant Williams caught up to the vehicle just south of Tomahawk Trailers, where it continued traveling around 83 miles per hour in a 60 mile per hour zone, changing lanes without signaling. Williams activated his emergency lights and initiated a traffic stop. The car, a 2006 white Chevrolet Malibu, registered in Kentucky to Joseph Henderson, suddenly accelerated to about 100 miles per hour when Williams sounded the siren, fleeing from the stop. At around 107 miles per hour, Sergeant Williams executed a pit maneuver, striking the rear driver's side of the vehicle. The car spun clockwise, slid off the west shoulder into a grassy area, and continued sliding until it struck a drainage culvert at an unmarked private driveway. The vehicle then rolled onto its side, hit a telephone pole with the rear end, and finally came to rest on its driver's side, facing northwest, just south of US Highway 167 North at 3803. Sergeant Williams approached and ordered the driver, later identified as Joseph D. Henderson, to exit the vehicle. Henderson initially refused and had to be forced out by being kicked to the ground before being handcuffed.
Get out!
So he's there trying to stay around someone himself. Oh, where are you at? Michael.
Get out! Well, running ain't gonna do any good. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Come over here. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Constitutional rights. It's on video. You're right. It's all on video. Turn around. Put your hands behind your back. Hey, see if y'all You failed to stop. Give me your other hand. Give me your other hand. Hey, see if y'all can stop. Turn that car off.
We'll look at second to the constitutional right.
See if you can turn the car off, but that burn up.
On December 7th, 2024, at approximately 9:49 p.m., Trooper First Class Garrett Bird and several other troopers were patrolling eastbound on Interstate 40 between mile markers 280 and 284. Sergeant Stephen Roberts reported that the West Memphis Police Department was in pursuit of a white Chevrolet Corvette and still had visual contact as it neared their location. Trooper First Class Donnie Cheers spotted the Corvette traveling at a high rate of speed near mile marker 280 or 281. Trooper First Class Bird, positioned on the shoulder near mile marker 282, saw the vehicle pass him in a civilian car at speeds over 100 miles per hour. He immediately activated his emergency lights and joined the pursuit. Ahead of them, Trooper Gunner Fultz attempted to slow the vehicle to help Trooper Bird close the gap.
I'm rolling about 60 miles an hour eastbound from that platform bridge. Moving going up on you. He's going 300 miles an hour.
Despite efforts to stop it, the Corvette continued driving recklessly, evading Trooper Fultz and accelerating again. As the pursuit progressed, The Corvette caught up to Sergeant Roberts in a tractor trailer. Sergeant Roberts was able to slow the vehicle just enough for Trooper First Class Bird to successfully perform a TBI. The suspect lost control, struck the trailer's landing gear, then spun out and crashed into the concrete divider. The vehicle came to rest on the outside shoulder, with the driver's side door pressed against the front of Trooper Bird's patrol car.
Break it! Break it! Get out of the car! You're gonna get bit! Get out of the car! Break it! Get out of the car! You're gonna get bit! Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Get out of the car now! Get out of the car! You're about to get bit! Get down, bitch! Hey! Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Climb out! Come out the car! Get your ass out! Get out! The car! No, hold up! I'm coming! Hey, hold on, man! Garrett, watch out! Let me go! Get out! Crawl to me! Crawl to me! Stop it! Hey, let him go! Clark! Please stop! Please stop! Get out! Jesus Christ, things are hard. Get out.
The driver was identified as Christopher Najera of Memphis, Tennessee. An ambulance was requested. A VIN check confirmed the Corvette was stolen. Ammunition was found, but no firearm. Officer Justin Clark found a folded dollar bill in Najera's wallet containing cocaine. A second bill with the same substance was found at the jail. Najera's license was revoked in Tennessee for a prior DUI.
We have several units on scene.
At approximately 10:40 p.m. on January 2nd, 2025, an officer on patrol observed a white 2021 Toyota Venza that he recognized as having been reported stolen in prior incidents. The officer turned around and caught up to the vehicle, then activated his emergency lights and siren to initiate a stop. The driver refused to comply and fled, leading to a pursuit.
I'm trying to have somebody notify him to the secondary escape.
Maybe I'll go down Ashland to a port, so I'll see if I can get there. First of all, I got 30 seconds here, Mark.
I'll reach you on the phone. I can't put you on there because you're not logging.
The suspect drove with extreme recklessness, maintaining speeds over 100 miles per hour and dangerously weaving through traffic. Officers made multiple attempts to close in and perform a pit maneuver, but were unsuccessful. Additional units were en route to assist.
It's going to be secondary behind him.
1040.
You'll probably be third. There's nothing on ground.
I got the channel set so they're listening.
We have 5 on stage. They're currently going westbound on 630, so they're going to turn around. We'll be getting on 630 right up.
You're on 30 east. These are currently the light traffic.
They were eastbound on 30. They should be passing. We're going up to Meredith Sykes right now. Going to be exiting the 10-4. We're exiting here at Meredith Sykes, exit 122. Then the directions are going to be taking Meredith Sykes. 42, taking Meredith Sykes.
Move! Hey! Get on the ground! I got a dog! You're gonna get bit! You're gonna get bit! You're gonna get bit! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Dude, I will shoot you! Get on the ground!
After the crash, the suspects immediately fled on foot. Following a brief foot pursuit, Alfred Bledsoe and Kintron Dotson were taken into custody. Officers later located Christian Taylor hiding behind a tree in the backyard of a residence on East 20th Street. At the time of his arrest, a black Glock 23 with an extended magazine was found near him. The weapon had been illegally modified with a switch, allowing it to function as a fully automatic firearm. Despite an extensive search, the driver was not located. While in the back of a patrol unit, Bledsoe managed to open the door and flee while still handcuffed, but was quickly apprehended again after a short chase. Additionally, officers confirmed that an AR-style pistol recovered during the incident had been reported stolen from the Benton Police Department. On April 8, 2025, around 9:30 p.m., Officer Bozard, Sergeant Millsap, and Bamberg Police Officer Platt were operating a driver's license checkpoint at the intersection of U.S. Highway 78 and Fire Tower Road within the city of Bamberg. At about 9:45 p.m., a gold Cadillac was seen approaching the checkpoint eastbound at a high rate of speed with one headlight out. Officer Bozard and Sergeant Millsap attempted to get the driver's attention, but the Cadillac drove through the checkpoint and accelerated away.
So we're still confirmed he blacked out, but he turned his lights back on. I guess he's trying to lose us. We're on confirming we crossed over Voorhees. Trying to get close enough to the tag. We're running about 103 right now. I can't get, I mean, I'm close enough to him. I don't want to get too close to him where he's cutting his lights on and off. Mark, if you advise Bamberg County also about the 10-0, we're making a, he just 1050 at Capernaum and 321.
Ready, DPS dispatch.
After leaving the roadway, the driver still attempted to flee. Officer Bozard moved in and performed a low-speed pit maneuver, sending the Cadillac off the road to the right and into a ditch, where it came to a stop. The driver, identified as Aubrey Priester, was taken into custody. During the arrest, officers detected a strong odor of alcohol, noted slurred speech, and observed bloodshot eyes. A search of the Cadillac revealed multiple open containers of alcoholic beverages.
Bubba, did that